That's everything you need to know about children's picture books, and since we've pretty much covered everything you need to know about writing your story, you can start writing, right? Well, no, because we haven't talked about illustrations yet, and while you don't really need to have a handle on your illustrations to get started, having a basic idea of what you want your illustrations to look like is going to inform the overall tone of your story, which will in turn inform your manuscript. So yeah, we need to talk about illustrations. For my astronaut alligator idea, the first image I imagined was him in the front lobby of NASA headquarters where an unflappable receptionist is telling him, you know, it takes a lot of work to join the space program. And unflappable is key here, because zooming out in my mental image, I can imagine various other employees standing around, looking at him, but not with fear or disdain, but with curiosity or even mild surprise, not unlike these illustrations from Babar. Now, this imagery informs my manuscript in several ways. First, it gives me a pretty good idea of what my category should be, because if it takes a lot of work to join the space program, then it follows that the story should follow the journey of that work, which lends itself very well to a this then that book. Now, that doesn't negate the possibility of an oh no moment, but it informs me that it's going to best serve the story if I focus on the this then that's and allow for the possibility of an oh no moment to occur organically rather than me going searching for it. This illustration concept also directs my story's theme: hard work, diligence, and problem solving, which are all paramount values of the space program. So subsequently, my theme is not dreaming big, believing in yourself, or overcoming prejudice, all of which are perfectly valid children's book themes, but if you try to incorporate too many, it'll muddy your story and pull it in too many different directions. It's best to focus on one and let the others shine through in subtext. Another piece of direction I'm getting from this is the overall tone of my manuscript. The imagery, coupled with the single line of dialogue, it takes a lot of work to join the space program, pretty much says all it needs to, and it doesn't need a lot of descriptive narrative, which tells me this story will probably work best with just 1 or 2 lines per page, a la Curious George or Harold and the Purple Crayon, which in turn informs me that this will most likely work best as a read aloud for younger audiences, which in turn tells me that if I want to reach upper elementary students as well, I'm going to have to do that with clever word choice and engaging illustrations that invite perusal. And lastly, this single page of interaction informs me of the character of the alligator himself. I love the implication that he has asked a question without including the dialogue directly, and this allows for a reasonable suspension of disbelief. Clearly the alligator has communicated, but the method is irrelevant in favor of the overall tone of the story, which is anybody can join the space program, and not, holy cow, a talking alligator.